We are here in Mozambique today attending the Feminist COP. The Feminist COP is bringing together women from different parts of Africa to look at the Lima framework, specifically the Gender Action Plan. So we are here to look at ways in which the current action plan has failed women, because it has, and making sure that we identify areas in which the action plan can be more responsive to women's needs.
The last 3.5 days have been a pre-COP30 strategy space so that we create an opportunity for community, local activists pushing really hard on the issue of climate change to have their analysis and perspective centered as we gear up to ensure that there is visible representation meaningfully of the African women's agenda in global policy spaces.
My own experience of the event has been that it has been very informative. It has been, there has been a lot of knowledge and experience sharing from the different persons that were in here. We got to listen to contextual issues that come from the different persons of the different regions, yeah? So we believe that here, when we are here, we have discussed a lot of very empowering issues that are going to be presented by the different persons that shall appear in the COP30.
Just transition means dignity. It means meaningful participation, because we are just not transiting energies. So we need to dignify transition. We need to make it people-centered, because when we talk about just transition, people talk about the fuels, the energy, but we leave out the human beings who are part of that process.
It's important to include the aspect of feminism in just transition because of the principles of feminism. And loosely put, I think feminism is what embodies the leave no one behind principle better than anything else that I can think about.
When it comes to conflict, especially in rural places, women are always the first victims, the primary victims. So I believe that it is important to not just speak for them, but to give them a space to also speak from their own experiences, because I don't think you can actually decide something for someone without knowing their experience.
This meeting had to happen because when policymakers, when global leaders think about global decision making and who can contribute to those spaces, the African woman is often the furthest from that picture. And so who we had in the room for the past 4 days were the actual people at the forefront of fighting for an alternative world, and those are the perspectives and analysis that must be taken up to challenge those people that are assumed to know it all.
When you look at everything that, all the frameworks that are available to us, if you study them in details or with a special focus, you can understand that there are still a lot of gaps. These frameworks are being put in place, but they're not being implemented. So there is still a lot of advocacy work to do towards implementation of these frameworks that are in place.
Something that I learned that I'm going to take away is the fact that I know that in this struggle, the women are not alone. We are not working in isolation. We have a cohort. We have different cohorts all over Africa. When you are in a group or when you are in a team, you're able to achieve a lot of things. So for me, coming here today for the last 3-4 days is going to be very instrumental in pushing the African women agenda in regards to climate justice.
One aha moment was when you're talking about defending the defenders. And this is all about protection, it's all about safety. I think this was an aha moment for me. Because in many spaces, in many circles, when you're talking to women defenders, when you're working with women activists, they never put themselves first. So it's always our communities, our this, our that, but there's never that step back to think about, yeah, but there's also me who's out there championing for rights, and I encounter some of these violations direct. So for me, the appreciation that that we also count as women defenders, as women activists, and that our security, our safety is also important, that was my greatest aha moment.
What do we want? Feminist climate justice. When do we want it? Now. If we don't get it, shut it down.
My hope for activists in this space and activists beyond even this space is self-trust. I hope that we can learn to trust that we know what we're doing because we live it. We are leading even if they choose to not recognize it. And if I can inspire for me, just one person, to have the kind of self-trust that makes them believe that they are worthy to enter and influence any space of their choosing, I would have done my job. So self-trust for me is the thing that sets the tone for everything else. We need to trust that we can, because in the first place we already are.